All those Michigan guys, they love Jim Harbaugh.
Yep.
They love his sayings. Who's got it better than us? Nobody. Blake Corum said it makes the hair on your arm stand up when he says it after a game.
Oh.
That stuff works.
Yeah, of course.
It works. That's why he's successful. It's hokey. It's dopey. It's cliche. It works.
Yeah, no,
Who
there's
cares
no doubt.
if it's weird?
A great way
Who
about
cares?
it.
It works.
It's you look tired today, by the way. What the hell did you do all night? You look like you just rolled out of bed like 5 minutes before the show. Just so you know, I'm just letting you know.
Maybe I did.
I don't know. You might have.
That's so freaking
you got
rude.
Here. I know.
That is so
right.
rude.
I figured it was in good, Harbaugh fun right there. Just gonna keep it real, right? It's an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. You got here a little late today. You didn't show the enthusiasm I'd like. You look a little tired.
I'd like
Wake
to,
your ass up. Let's go.
I'd like to get a baseball bat and attack you with an enthusiasm.
I bet you would.
That's for damn sure.
But you are right. You are right. There is. Hey, that's where a head coach, a great leader, can be, extremely positive, just for the mind frame on a daily basis. And I saw that with Jim Harbaugh. I haven't been around John a lot in Baltimore and got to experience that energy. But with Jim being at Michigan earlier this year, right? I had been in San Francisco a few times at, say hi to your dad, right? And seen at least practices, and of course got to interact with him that one time, right? But it's kind of undefeated as far as Jim, even though people were like, oh, he might be a jerk. I don't know what to, think of that guy. Man, like I told you earlier last year, the Michigan kids loved Jim Harbaugh. The energy, the things he said on a daily basis, getting in the locker room, hitting them on the shoulder pads, giving them a smack on the head, right? Blocking with them out in the practice field, catching footballs, doing all that. So he sets forth like a great, frame of mind that just makes it like, hey, this is cool. Let's work today. This is the way it is. And, that's what a leader can do. I can't imagine growing up in that Harbaugh house, so.
It's just a damn shame.
Yeah.
That somebody
what
within the 49ers organization decided they didn't like him. They had enough of him. So it wasn't enough to just say, let's go our separate ways. We have different styles. It just isn't working. And I don't know who it was.
I think it was a little
but
both ways.
But instead of that, no. I think he and Trent Baalke did not get along.
Yes.
And got to the point where they basically hated each other.
Yes.
And Jed York, by all appearances, sided with Baalke, not Harbaugh, because otherwise Baalke's the one who would have been nudged out, and we would have gotten the narratives about how Baalke's difficult and Baalke's hard to get along with. Because anytime you have two people who can't get along, the inability to get along is mutual. Because both of them in this equation have failed to get along. Because somebody's not bending to the other one's personality. Baalke didn't bend to Harbaugh, and Harbaugh didn't bend to Baalke, and Jed York, by all appearances, broke the tie. My point is this. If it's just not working, it's just not working. You go your separate ways. You shake hands and you part company. You don't need to trash the other guy with this narrative that just kind of crept through the league that he's too hard to get along with.
Well, he left in a weird way. He left and called everybody. It was like, hey, I'm at Michigan. I'm taking Michigan's job. Didn't tell anybody. So that's not going to get you
No. Chris, they fired him the last day of the season. I was in the studio when the email came out. They fired him, and they called it mutual, and he said it wasn't mutual. And then he went to Michigan. They fired him.
I don't know about the specifics. All I do know enough to know that it goes both ways there. I know that, right? That's all I'm saying. I think Jim has learned, and he's a different guy right now than he was 10 years ago. He was in everybody's face 10 years ago. There's a reason nobody, his literally, it was like Jim Harbaugh, you're going to get him for 3 years, and then you can't stand him, and you're going to get rid of him. That was Jim Harbaugh's, mantra. That wasn't everybody else. So I can't totally let you just go off on that totally. Jim had some issues. I experienced them, right? As we know.
All right.
So, yeah. So, but he's a great coach.
But I did too. But that's what a football coach does. Most successful football coaches are not Tony Dungy. Most successful football coaches are in your face. They coach you.
They are.
They tell you what's what. They have to be aggressive because you have to command that room full of men. And at the NFL level, it's a little more challenging to command a room full of grown-ass men.
No.
I'm with you there,
man.
Look, He's going to be successful with the Chargers.
Yes, he is.
He would have been successful with the Vikings. He would have been successful with any team that would have hired him. And, you know, it's impressive when you consider, even though he was clearly flirting each and every year with a return to the NFL. Remember, last year he wanted the Chargers job, and the Broncos interviewed him.
Right.
He still was able to be wildly successful. You know, that used to be the kiss of death. The idea that, hey, you know that coach you really like? He ain't staying.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not going to be there. No,
Right.
You better go somewhere else. You better not like that coach as much because he's not as all in as he expects you to be. They used to use that against guys all the time. That's why I remembered when Dennis Erickson became the coach of the 49ers some 20 years ago. Out of the blue, they're looking for a coach after they fired Steve Mariucci, I believe. And it's like, Dennis Erickson, what the hell is this? Because that's how college coaches used to pursue NFL jobs. Nobody knew that anyone was talking to the college coach until it was done, and then he was gone.
Yeah.
So he kind of changed that. I mean, it was shifting, but he's made it a non-issue. You're with a college team, and you're thinking about going to the NFL, you go talk to them, and then you come back. Clean out your office, and then come back. Don't be there on the day that you sign the letter of intent for the incoming recruiting class, and then you come back. And so, anyway, he comes back to the NFL.
That shows you.
And,
He's got the magic touch now.
He does.
Right.
He was a jerk to me the first time I ever talked to him, but I think he's going to be very successable.
I'm with you
back
there.
in the NFL.
He's been very
Chargers.
successful. There's no argument
I know.
there. You know, he has, and you're exactly right. I expect positive things for sure from the Chargers right out the gate. We know that it's going to be tough. It's going to be physical. You know, they're going to know who they are and play to that on both sides of the ball. That's what Jim Harbaugh does. That's why he's the man. So I'm with you there, Mike.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.